dear. I was just about to go into service. Why don't you join me?
Hello, I'm Reverend Bobby. I'm the senior minister here at Namaste. Welcome. We're glad you came to join us. Come on in. We're about to start.
Good afternoon, Namaste. Welcome to Namaste Center for Spiritual Living's Sunday afternoon service. If you have not joined us before, we are so glad you are here. And if you've been here for a long time, welcome home again. My name is Jeff Schlicht. I'm the lead practitioner with Namaste Center for Spiritual Living. And I wish each and every one of you a happy new year. This is our first service of the year, and I am so very honored and excited to be here with you. As we do each and every service, we light our candle just to signify the beginning of this service. And what I like about lighting a candle is that we get new beginnings each and every time, even if it doesn't light for the first time. And that's what this year and this service represents. It is stepping over and recognizing a sacred space, which we are all creating no matter where we come. And we will leave this candle lit throughout the entire service, just to represent that light that's within us. This is our affirmation, and feel free to either read along or just listen and close your eyes, because it's almost a beautiful prayer. There are no obstructions in my pathway of mind. The mistakes of yesterday are behind, and the future beckons with promise. God is where I am, and God will always be with me. The hand of God will never lose mine, nor will it let go. The listening mind of God tells me good can be before me. I handle each doubt as it appears and declare it to be peace. I walk in peace to my selected good. I am pushed from behind and tugged from ahead by spirit as I am led by true guidance. I walk in faith. That's beautiful. And with that, I walk in faith. Let's go into the invocation. I take a breath. I close my eyes. And I walk in faith. And it is in that invocation, that invitation, that we step over the threshold into this service. For there is only one truth, and that truth I know is God. Whatever name I then give it, whether it is love or peace or power, it is that ethereal power and presence that lives and breathes within me, that pushes me from behind and tugs me from in front. I know this truth of God as I know this truth of myself. And as I am so anchored in that faith that I walk, I know it of each and every one of us. I know our time today is blessed. The music that we hear, the words that are spoken by our beautiful Reverend Carol, that we call this time good and very good. And there's nothing else to do but step out of the way and enter into this sacred space that we call Namaste Center for Spiritual Living. And together we simply say, and so it is. And now I invite you to listen to Kong and our opening song.
Thank you, Jeff, and Happy New Year, Namaste. It's great to be back in 2021. If you know the song, sing along wherever you are. It's called Spirit is in This Place. We have come together as family. We have come here as we are. Oh, we come with arms wide open. We have gathered here in love. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Raise the roof with shouts of praise. Spirit's in this place. Sing in celebration. We sing with words of prayer. We affirm all life as sacred. We declare that peace is here. Yeah. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Raise the roof with shouts of praise. Spirit's in this place. Time with me now. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Raise the roof with shouts of praise. Spirit's in this place. Spirit's in this place. In this place.
Thank you, Kong. Thank you for raising the roof and reminding us that Spirit is in this place. No matter where we are, Spirit is with us and we are one. I am Susan Kaylock, the President of the Board of Trustees here at Namaste, and I welcome you to our Sunday service and Happy New Year. I invite you to read along with me in affirming who we are. I honor the place in you in which the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you which is love, truth, light, and peace. When you are in that place in you, and I am in that place in me, we recognize that we are one. Namaste. And if you would join me in reading our mission statement, I learn practical science of mind tools and practice in a loving, connective, and vibrant community to reveal my power and change my life. And the way that we do that is we awaken to the truths of who we are. We realize these truths. We transform our lives, and we repeat it over and over again, each time going to a deeper level. Our power statements: we are a thriving, dynamic, spiritual community. Hashtag we are Namaste. Hashtag this stuff works. I invite you to check out our calendar for the month of January. We have our Wednesday Digging Deeper series every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Each week offers a different offering. This coming Wednesday, January 6th, we have a special guest, Larissa Stowe. She is going to be helping us exhale 2020 and inhale 2021 and all the possibilities that come along with it. The link, you have to RSVP, so go to the website and use Eventbrite and you'll be sent the Zoom link so you can participate. We are offering this to you, but we do ask for a love offering. So please consider joining us. And then, we always say each week we practice practical science of mind tools. And if you're thinking, gosh, what exactly does that mean? Or if you think that you need a refresher, you have the opportunity coming in February. We are offering Foundations of Science of Mind. It's an 8-week course. It's a powerful course to help you learn those practical science of mind tools and also get practice in creating your own spiritual practice that can be life-changing. And then lastly, join our practitioners each weekday morning at 7 a.m. for prayer, support, and connection. Call in or join through Zoom. And again, all this information is on our website and is also in our newsletter. So if you have any questions, you can always check both those places. Happy New Year. Namaste.
Hello. Oh, there I am. Hello. This is a really beautiful song. Another one by Ricky Byers Beckwith, and that Reverend Bobby showed me. And it's kind of a mantra, so words change a little bit, but they're very similar. Pour yourself in me, pour yourself into my heart. Oh, wonderful Spirit, pour yourself in me, pour yourself into my heart. Oh, wonderful Spirit. Pour yourself in me, pour yourself into my heart. Oh, wonderful Spirit, pour your joy in me, pour your joy into my heart. Oh, wonderful Spirit. Shine your light in me, shine your light into my heart. Oh, wonderful Spirit, pour your light in me, pour your light into my heart. Oh, wonderful Spirit, sing your song in me, sing your song into my heart. Oh, wonderful Spirit. Pour yourself in me, pour yourself into my heart. Oh, wonderful Spirit, pour yourself in me, pour
Beautiful. Beautiful. This is the time of our service that we get to take our collective breath together. Time for meditation. Pour yourself in me. So I am going to close my eyes and take a full deep breath. I invite you to follow, and however you do it for yourself, because that is exactly what we do, isn't it? For me, I follow my breath, that inward inhale. I am that which is. And I exhale all that does not serve me to my highest good. All that does not serve me to my highest good. Using my breath to follow a path within myself, into that wheelhouse of the cave of my heart. That inhale, that exhale, one step at a time, going within that very core, that very center, the very soul of whom I am. And it is here in the quietness that I sit and talk with God. That is in this month's theme, timeless wisdom and evolutionary vision. That what I know, this quietness, this stillness provides and reminds me of is that there is no beginning and no ending in God. For what that creates a path within front of me is that there is only opportunity. Pour into me, fill me up, let me recognize all that is. For it is in this quietness, that is in the stillness of my heart. It is that still small voice that is God. Perhaps answering the simplest of prayers. Show me the way. And I breathe that in. Let everything from the outside of me settle, for it will find its place, only providing clarity, and the clarity providing all the knowingness that is peace. For that is who I am. And yes, it is with that same breath that I move into the center of my being, that I step back out into whatever location, whatever presence, whatever structure I am in. And we all come back together. We take a breath, find our awareness. And in this awareness that we get to realize that we get to step into that center, step into that core anytime we choose. Because that is our real life. That is who we are. We just take a moment to just come fully present right here, right now. Before we step into listening to Reverend Carol. For I love the theme of timeless wisdom and evolutionary vision, because what brings to mind, particularly on January 3rd, we are new year. It brings up the thoughts of New Year's resolutions, ones that I might have made and never completed, or how do I step forward? For the question becomes, what do I do? How do I anchor in what I want, but still provide that allowance and be open to spirit? For what I truly know is almost the affirmation of what that said was, there is nothing against me and everything for me. And what I know that Ernest Holmes says, there is only light. There is only light. And the only darkness that's within the light is the shadow that I cast. How do I get out of my own way? You know, there is a saying that I love. It's an old one, and I'm a million, so it's okay. And that's pray and move your feet. For we do not beseech something. We have that knowingness of that pour into me, for I am already full. And pray into me. And pray and move your feet is, I pray dearly over here. And sometimes I only move my feet here in this world, knowing that I have the control. But pray and move your feet in this time of timeless wisdom and evolutionary vision. Pray and move your feet. Now I am co-creating with God. And what does this activity do? It brings me into center, into that place that came from within our meditation. Once again, I just wish you the happiest of New Year. Once again, knowing that there is nothing against me or us, and everything is for us. For that is God. And that is where we walk each and every day. I love each and every one of you. Once again, I wish you a happy new year. And I pass this on to Kong for another.
Thank you, Jeff. It's kind of like in the honor of the new year. The song's called Feeling Good. Nina Simone. And it's about a new dawn and a new day and a new life, and that's what we've got in 2021. Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Reeds drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossom in the tree, yeah, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. Dragonfly out in the sun, you know what I mean, don't you know? Butterflies are having fun, yeah, you know what I mean. Sleep in peace when day is done, that's what I mean. And this old world is a new world and a bold world for me. And I'm feeling good. Yeah, I'm feeling good. Yeah, I'm feeling good. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling, yeah, I'm feeling good. Yeah, I'm feeling good.
Thank you, Kong. How beautiful was that? Oh my goodness. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Reverend Carol Lotz. I'm one of the ministers here at Namaste, and I welcome you. And I would like to talk about the theme, which is evolutionary wisdom. And I'm sorry, ancient wisdom and evolutionary vision. So we're going to shorten that and just talk about, because this is what I need to do. We're just going to talk about wisdom and vision. Wisdom as in, the depth of our soul knows what we need to do, what we need to give, who we are. And so today we're going to be talking about the wisdom of letting go, which seems appropriate for New Year's Eve. Letting go of what doesn't serve us. We talk about that a lot in Science of Mind. That we can hold so many things that we don't want to hold, that we can talk about practical ways to let go of fear, to let go of worry. So the wisdom of letting go is a focus for today. And then how to not only release and let go, but to open up to more. The vision part is opening up to a higher idea than just my own fear can see or know. So I'd like to start with a story. This is a well-known story about a couple of monks. And this is just an idea of how we can hold on to something that doesn't serve us. And many times it's about somebody else, which only ends up hurting us. So these two monks were on a silent pilgrimage, and they came across a huge river, and they were getting ready to swim across, and a woman came up to the monks and said, "I need to cross that river too, but I don't know how to swim. Would it be possible to ride on one of your shoulders?" And one of the monks says, "Sure, of course." So they get across the river, and he sets her down softly and safely, and she goes on her way, and they go on their way. And about a mile down the road, one of the monks says to the other one, "All right, I'm breaking our code of silence here. I'm really upset. Do you not know that we don't touch women? Do you not know? Did you not take a vow? What were you thinking? What are you doing carrying a woman across the river?" And the monk who did the kindness said to him, "I only brought her across the river. You have been carrying her ever since." And so that's kind of representative of what I'd like to talk about today, talk with today. The places that hold us in upset, but it's not productive. There's some upset that is very helpful. Sometimes fear can lead us out of danger in wonderful ways. Sometimes being angry just helps us stand up for what's right. I'm not talking about the kind of fear and worry that helps us move forward in greater ways. I'm talking about the negative emotions that hold us in judgment and can really clog our own channel to God. our channel to love, our channel to the universe, whatever you want to call it. It is what it is, and we get to call it whatever we resonate with. I like God or spirit. So the things that we hold. And so I look at my own self as it is the new year. I like to think of the new year as a new year evolution. That to me sounds like I'm going to commit to do some work on myself that might be ongoing. Jeff brought up the resolution, and I love that too. It's powerfully motivating. And sometimes it can feel like pass or fail. And I fail every year mostly. So the New Year's evolution is kind of like I'm stepping into some joy work of releasing stuff that does not serve me. And that would look like anger, disappointment, judgment, fear, because there's something about being free inside that allows us to have a more joyful life. And there are some steps that we're going to talk about that might be helpful for you, because they're what I force myself to do, because I don't like to be upset. I don't like to be worried. I don't like to be in fear. It takes me out of joy, and my natural state is joy, and I have to get back there as soon as possible. So that takes work sometimes. So I'd like to share another little story that will help move us into the next part of this talk. And that was many years ago. I was a preschool teacher, and I had a 4-year-old boy in my class that was just kind of a rough and tumble little guy, and he was learning about his own strength. And one morning he came, and I met him at the door with his mother, because I could see there was going to be an issue coming in the door, because he showed up at this small private school with a toy gun. And that gun was bigger than he was. And so my immediate thought was, oh my goodness, how are we going to do this? Because he was very attached to bringing it to school, because it was just his birthday, and he would come in the door with that at any cost. And boy, did he have a fit when I said, sweetheart, we can't have a gun in school. And, whatever I said to him, I don't really remember. But what I do remember is that nothing worked. Nothing worked until I decided to show him something that he's never seen before, and that I brought to school to have the kids enjoy, but it was new to them. So in that moment of desperation, a teacher will do anything to to help get the morning started better than this one was starting. And so I brought him something shiny and new. And I'll tell you, he dropped that gun, and by the look of his face of what was coming, he wouldn't have cared if it broke in a million pieces, because of the joy and excitement of where he was now going. And so I share that story because it's a powerful reminder of how the mind is like that too. We get stuck in things that we're attached to, and things that we need, and things that we hold on to, and we won't let them go. The mind doesn't let us go very easily. But there is a conscious intention to trade up from there, to trade up, to surrender the gun for something wonderful and new and exciting. And we're talking about a toy here. We're not talking about anything other than that. But it's such a powerful way to remember that we get to choose. We get to choose. Somehow in our suffering, we feel stuck, and we feel like this is how it has to be, and it's not. Joy is our natural state. And we believe in an all loving and beautiful and powerful God that doesn't want you to be anything other than happy and joyful. We're the ones who get twisted up in knots ourselves. And it's almost like we have an emotional, invisible gun that's always loaded with, you're not enough, and what are you thinking, and what are you doing, and how could you do that? How could you say that? What's wrong with you? Who's wrong with you? So trading up from negative emotion to one or two better feeling thoughts. What would feel better than this? What would be shiny and new from here? What if I had a thought that peace would be more enjoyable than fear? So fear is loaded in my invisible emotional gun, and it's pointed at me. It's pointed at everyone who I feel threatened by, or everything, every thought even that I feel threatened by. But peace or joy or freedom is the dangling, new, sparkly, joyful thing that I choose right now to drop the gun for, to give it up, to trade up to a better feeling, to trade up to an evolved idea of how I want to feel inside, to do my life from this place of freedom and joy, because that's where I love, that's where I live, that's where I give, that's where I want to be. So that's about the letting go and the trading up. But the vision part of this talk is really about thinking higher than I can know by myself, or opening to more guidance or more trust or more freedom or more love or more peace. There's a visioning process that was created by Reverend Dr. Michael Beckwith, and he has these questions that we ask in like a meditative state. And they can be very helpful to grow our idea of more than we can see in the moment when we have that emotional invisible gun pointing. And so what it is it's like a surrender to a higher idea than what I can know by myself. And a few of the questions, and we do have a slide that we can show you about this too. A few of the questions are, what is God's idea? What is the highest idea for this situation? How can I reach the highest thought that I could have is God's thought? So how can I reach to the highest thought about this situation? What is God's idea? What is God's thought about how I can heal whatever it is that's going on with me? So it's opening up to God thought, not just my thought. My thought's very limited, but God's thought is not. And another one of the questions, now there's more questions, I just picked these three because they're powerful for me in my own work. What must I let go of in order to have this ideal situation? Maybe I have to let go of fear, or maybe I have to let go of mistrusting, or maybe I have to let go of my ego who thinks I'm right, or maybe I have to let go of thinking I could save or fix anyone. Maybe I have to let go of something that I've been holding on to that somehow I identify with, even though it allows me to accept little for myself. That's what I need to let go of, the small, limited self. And the other last question is, what do I need to embrace? I need to embrace possibly being open. I need to embrace a new beginning. I need to embrace the intention for my consciousness to get into alignment with evolution, to evolve my soul into something it needs, and to stop judging it. Maybe I need to embrace less judgment. Maybe I have to embrace an invisible arrow instead of a gun. I can transform the invisible emotional gun into a beautiful iridescent arrow of light that is filled with positive emotion that I choose to let go into a higher place from which I can be receiver of deep, ancient, beautiful, powerful wisdom of how to live happier, more free and joyful inside where it matters. So those are like some of the visioning questions that call us to a higher way of being, because I know that there's so much more available to me than what my fear will allow me to see. Fear is very, very hard to live with inside. And Swami Joyte says that there's only two fears in life. One is that we won't get what we want, and the other is that we won't get to keep what we have. And so I think that the threat is where we start putting the bullets in the gun, is wherever we feel threatened, And I'm here to say today, for in 2021 especially now, wouldn't it be wonderful to have a higher view than what limitation will do, or what fear will do, or worry. Worry is like praying to the problem. Why would you want to put emphasis on the problem by continually giving renewal to the thoughts and recycling the thoughts and having the feelings attached to the thoughts that just clog us up and make us just want to climb under the covers and hide? That's not what God wants for us. Why do we do that to ourselves? Because we do that to ourselves. So I'm going to just kind of take you through a personal process of how I put this together to help me when I'm in fear, or when I am worried about something or someone. And I believe so much in lifting inside to a higher thought, and this is how I do it. And this is kind of like to bring home what I've been talking about so far. So when I'm upset, say I'm worried about someone in my family, and I get spun up about, how the mind can be a bully, and it starts telling stories that aren't true, and it starts taking us on a trip. So before you know it, this person is, what my worst fears become alive in pictures when I get scared, or I have that gun loaded with fear. What I do next is I trade that up. I trade up that fear for a higher thought, maybe trust, or maybe I don't know. I don't know is a much better feeling thought than fear telling stories. I don't know if that's true. I don't know. It might be, it might not be, but I don't know is a bit uncomfortable for the ego, but it's more comfortable than thinking up nightmares during the day about what's happening to somebody. That's never fun. So when I get into that fear, I think, okay, I need to surrender this, let go of this, to open to this, because I don't want to stay here. This has nothing good in it for me. It's just habitual fear that has no gift attached. It's not going to help me, my life, or anyone that I'm worried about. It's just something that needs to be healed, not helpful. So I trade up. And in trading up, I'll ask, I'll say to myself, I can choose trust instead of fear. I can choose blank instead of blank. And that really helps me as a next step. And then finally, I'll ask the visioning questions like, okay, what is God's idea about this situation? How can I think the highest thought and the highest possibility, which is, of love? And God's wisdom is not, God is not the creator of love. I mean, God is not love. God is the creator of love. So that's even bigger than just love itself. And so that thinking about God helps me raise my thinking and helps me lift into a place of freedom inside where I can start to feel better, and that toxic energy is releasing as I bring in the trade of letting go of this and opening up to that. I let go of fear and I accept trust. I let go of worry and I accept joy. Whatever it is, fill in the blanks for yourself. And then the next thing I do is, after God's highest vision, what do I need to let go of? What is holding me to this fear? Because that's not about who I'm worried about. That's about me. My fear or my concern does nothing for her or him. It just messes with me. It causes me suffering, deep suffering. It changes nothing about anybody else. So I'm concerned about how I feel. And so what do I need to let go of? What do I need to embrace? I need to embrace time to meditate. I need to embrace a new story. I need to embrace a higher thought than the one that I have allowed myself to believe. And I need to maybe just drop the gun. Just drop it like that little boy did, like it never even existed, because peace is sparkling before me, and peace is my choice. Trusting more than what I can know as my choice, because I trust life to be good, and I trust God to be good, and I trust the joy of all that is happening for me, not to me. And then the last thing is I listen to God's highest idea. So much of praying is listening. because, and I think about this in my work in chaplaincy a lot. It's like, do I really think that God needs to know what the prayer request is? I'm pretty sure the all-knowing and all the wisdom that ever was and ever could be would know what would be asked for. But maybe prayer is more about listening. And so I listened to what that might be, because the more I traded up, the more I opened for peace and quiet and stillness. Because when the worry goes away, when it's dropped like a hot potato, then that makes space inside for more pleasant feelings to come in, and God's guidance comes in as much as we open to it. So here it is. Here it is. I heard and I saw a picture that a very dear friend of mine, one of my very best friends, his husband made a picture for me, and it's beautiful. He's an incredible artist. His name is Gabriel. And he painted, and there's a slide of this. I can show it to you because it's so beautiful. And it says love, which I know came from God. This picture dropped into my mind because it's in my home, but it wasn't in front of me at that time. And it dropped into my heart, and it said love unconditionally. And then there's this little sign. You will see, if the slide can come up, of here it is. You can see that there's a little tag hanging off the E, as is. Oh my God. Love as is. That person that I want to fix because I'm uncomfortable with decisions being made by that person. No, this is about me loving unconditionally as is, not as I think it should be, not as I want to fix, but as is, because we're all on a soul journey of evolution that is just perfect for us. No matter if anyone agrees or not, or if anyone understands or not, we are all love unconditionally as is. As is. And it looked like a price tag, and it is. There's a high cost when you don't accept people as is. The high cost is to you, because you're closing down your spirit. So let's open up this new year. Let's evolve to a grander idea than we could have ever known ourselves. Let's trade up. Let's drop the invisible emotional gun loaded to blast ourselves somewhere. So terrible. Let's love ourselves unconditionally as is. Let's love everyone else as is. They are who they're meant to be, and doing exactly what they need to be doing for their own soul's evolution. Love unconditionally as is. I love you as you are. God bless you. Namaste. Much love to you. So let's turn within and pray. So we just take a breath of just freedom inside, that we just open up the space inside for love, for peace, for joy, for evolving, knowing that God is all of that, and that we are a part of God. And it is not what we are praying for, but it is where we are praying from that seeds the power and the growth. And that we get to choose this instead of that. And right here, we are choosing to let go of something to bring in something greater, in a way that we can love ourselves, that we can love others, that we can blast that arrow of love and joy and kindness and acceptance and unconditional love into the high heavens with a sacred message for us as we open to what that is. I am trusting for everyone virtually right now, for everyone who is present, for everyone who is listening, for everyone who is not listening, but is guided to their own wisdom, because that wisdom is in all of us. And I claim it as good and powerfully working for all of us right now as we move into a brand new year of brand new thoughts and brand new intentions and brand new evolving. And so I just bless it all. I bless us all as we are, as we continue to be, and as we live this gift of life, this God-given gift of life, that we don't always agree or want what comes down the lane for us, but we always get choice in how to be through it all. I can choose this instead of that. And right now I am choosing love instead of anything else. And so with that being said, I just give thanks. I give thanks to the Great Spirit for all the love that is felt in this moment. I give thanks for all the love at Namaste. Oh my gosh, what amazing, wonderfully supportive, precious humans in one group. Amazing. I feel so blessed to be one of the ministers at Namaste, and I just love you all so much. And so I release this prayer into the laws of love, into the majesty of powerful manifestation of joy, of newness, of positive emotion, of being guided and directed by love and only love. Thank you, God. And so it is. Amen. Okay. Wow. I hope you're feeling loved, because you are. And right now it is time for our sacred giving. And there is this feeling of, I can give what I have. And to know that you have it and that you have it to give is one of the most beautiful feelings there is. And so I am knowing for all of us right now that the gift that we are giving to Namaste, even if it's just this once or ongoing, that there are many ways to give at Namaste. And they're up on the slide for you. You can pay by Venmo. It's easy, click giving, super easy to give. and it means so much, because we are a community that do great things in the world, and your contribution blesses us and it blesses the world too. So please know that we are giving of what we have too. And so with that being said, thank you. It means so much that we feel supported financially, emotionally, and in any way that you have to give. We are grateful for you, and we're grateful for you tuning in today. So with that being said, I think I just want to give a great thank you to Tori. She's the director of all this magic that happens here, because I can speak in my office all I want, but without her, it couldn't come to you. So to all the people behind the scenes, thank you. Tori, you're amazing. Susan, you're wonderful. Nikki and Jeff, oh my God, you prayed for me before service, and I still haven't hit the ground. So thank you so much for all the contributors behind the scenes. I love you. I appreciate you. And I am thankful for you. Thank you so much. Back to you, Tori. Okay, so well, maybe not back to Tori, but I'm thinking about you, Tori. That's why I said your name. Okay, so please read together with me. This is the benediction, and that we all get to participate this in these words, in these powerful affirmative statement about we are life. So please join me in saying out loud with the rest of our community here, something wonderful is happening through me right now. It is this thing called life. Life is in my mind. Life is in my body. Life is all that I am. Life is all that we are. I accept it. I am it. I share it with all, just the way it appears and just the way it appears not. Thank you, life. And so it is. There's
Thank
Kong.
you, Reverend Carol. Thank you so much. Wonderful talk today. And thank you for bringing us into the new year in such a special way, with so much love. And yeah, I just want to encourage everyone to, just like James Taylor says here, shower the people you love with love. All right, let's make 2020 about that. You can play the game, you can act out the part, but you know it wasn't written for you. But tell me, how can you stand there with your broken heart, ashamed of playing the fool? One thing can lead to another. It doesn't take any sacrifice. Oh, father and mother, sister and brother, If it feels nice, don't think twice. Just shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna work out fine if you only will. Just shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be much better if you only will. You can run, but you cannot hide. This is widely known. And what you plan to do with your foolish pride, well, you're all by yourself alone. Once you tell somebody the way that you feel, you can feel it beginning to ease. I think it's true what they say about the squeaky wheel always getting the grease. Just shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna work out fine if you only will. Oh, shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be much better if you only will. Oh, yeah, yeah. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna work out fine if you only will. Oh, shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be much better if you only will. Yeah. Just shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Sing it with me wherever you are. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Nice and soft. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. A little louder. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Come on. Shower the people you love with love. Shower the people you love with love.
Yay. Thank you, Kong. You are such
Thank you,
a
Carol.
gift.
Thank you, Reverend.
Oh, love you so much. Okay. Well, thank you, Namaste, once again for joining us this afternoon. And thank you so much for being present with us. We just love you and want to keep supporting you too. So let's see. We just want to remind you to join us on Wednesday for Digging Deeper. Reverend Veronica is leading that service, and she is wonderful. So you will have a good time. And Larissa Stowe, oh my gosh, love her. I'll be tuning in. She's amazing. So blessings to all of you, and have a wonderful week. And we'll see you on Wednesday night for Digging Deeper. And have a good week. We love you. Bye-bye.
Love you.